What's up, Tampa? It's February 6th, and you're tuned into Tampa Talk, your weekly roundup of all things 813.
I'm Dahlia.
And I'm John. We're back to catch you up on what's been happening around the Bay, what's coming up, and what's going down in our city's history.
Well, let's get into it. I mean, for this week in the work, I'd love to share about our first day of our mobile kitchen pay what you can cafe.
Common Goods.
Common Goods, yeah, that's officially the brand behind it. And I mean, there's nothing like crazy. It's not like we were flooded with people or anything like that. But it's just been really cool for me to see our staff get into it. Like, plan for it, be on the truck, how they support each other, who does walk up, like what innovations, like we haven't really been promoting it, like in the sense of everybody come out and come see it and come be a part of it, because we're not really trying to, make an insane amount of money right off rip. We're just trying to like build. There's a lot to learn with even the team or watching it play out. It's like that's even like why you kind of have like the friends and family, like, hey guys, just come and get some stuff from us, just so we kind of figure out like, how do you use this tool or how do we work together? And but I think it's gonna be really cool. I mean, just the fact that we'll be able to utilize the food waste coming out of the free market, being able to provide a healthy option, try to figure out what does the sliding scale stuff actually mean for our organization, for the community, how can we incorporate like figuring out the financial model, the social capital we build, all of that jazz. We're officially started, right? And I mean, I think that's something that we do pretty well here at the Well, at WellBuilt.city is just start,
Just start. We'll figure it out while we, that's actually interesting. Like maybe as a theme to like the this week in the work kind of thing is like, I was thinking about this the other day, is like doing as thinking. Like it's kind of like, that kind of almost is an ethos model. It's like, well, the only way to figure it out is try to.
Yeah.
Like you can't do the dance if you don't try to dance, and then you suck at dancing, but you got to keep doing it.
And you're learning. Poorly. Yeah.
So that's what you've probably heard me say this a million times. Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly, over and over and over and over until you can get it right. But yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for that, and you guys, I mean, it's like, hey, here's an idea. Let's flesh it out. Like, let's build it while we fly, and let's get out there and do it. It was really cool to see the crew out there. And I didn't grab any, but from the folks that I heard that came through, they really enjoyed the food.
Yeah, so if you want to come out and support us and see what it's all about, you can join us at The Drop, which is at 6220 North Nebraska Avenue. We're going to be out there right now from Mondays from 10 till 2, just doing it, trying it out. So you can kind of come see that in action.
So it's Mondays only right now.
Right now, and hopefully we'll be able to grow into... and actually this month we'll also be out on the fourth Friday Root Awakening Farm doing the exact same thing too.
Nice.
So bringing Common Goods out there for their night market, which is from like 4 to 7, I want to say.
That's great.
Yeah, so... But right now, Mondays at The Drop. Come check us out.
Love to see you guys out there. Well, let's do a little This Week in Tampa history. We're going all the way back to February 12th, 1887, when the city of Tarpon Springs was officially incorporated.
Yeah, so Tarpon Springs, I love when Tarpon Springs makes it onto like my algorithm as like you have to go see Little Greek in Florida, like for like not Floridians. But it's super cool. I mean, it's the land of sponges and Greek food. And before it was famous for that, it got its name from all the tarpon fish seen in the waters by Mary Ormond, daughter of one of the many early settlers.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it was Hamilton Distance huge land purchase in 1881 that really kicked off the area's development. Diston bought 4 million acres of Florida land for 25 cents an acre.
Imagine you could have got that in that deal. And fun fact, Tarpon Springs was the first incorporated city on the Pinellas Peninsula. The sponge industry really took off under John King Cheney, but it was the Greek immigrants who made it legendary.
It's still one of the most unique kind of cultural communities in Florida. It's cool to like see them, as we think back through the history of that. But like, honestly, for me, like even as I'm sitting here, I'm like, I just constantly think of eating there.
Tarpon Springs is
the best place to get some food.
I actually have a friend whose Greek grandparents live in Tarpon Springs, and
it's massively Greek community there.
But yeah, what about modern day news, John? What do we got?
So I don't know how else to say this. The Lightning game at Raymond James was wild.
Yeah, for those who don't know, they held a Lightning game at the Ray J Stadium. So they converted the whole space into ice, which I still haven't seen pictures of, which I would love to see. But they were down 5-1 and came back to beat the Bruins 6-5 in a shootout, which is the first time in franchise history that they've rallied from 4 goals down.
It all happened in front of 64,000 fans in 42-degree Florida weather. An outdoor game with a goalie fight. The goalies fought each other on a 5-on-3 power play comeback.
Yeah, that's pretty unreal. It also kind of worked out how cold the weather's been, because otherwise that was probably going to be expensive for them to like blow all that air and keep all that ice cold. So that probably worked out in favor for Ray J. And then Nikita Kucherov showed up big time. So he had 1 goal and 3 assists, which for those who love Nikita Kucherov, it was just another night for Cooch.
Meanwhile, some serious innovation out of Tampa. Moffitt Cancer Center researchers have developed an algorithm called Alpha K to predict how cancer cells evolve.
Yeah, so this is a huge deal for cancer research, and essentially they're aiming for evolution-aware cancer therapy, which means predicting how tumors will change before they become resistant to treatment.
Wild. Basically, instead of reacting to cancer, we might start anticipating it, a major step toward personalized medicine.
It's kind of funny because I feel like growing up, it was like the joke, like, yeah, and we'll cure cancer next. But like, we're kind of getting there, you know? And like the survival rates of what cancer was back in the day till today, like to the point where now we're anticipating where cancer's going and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. And then in a little bit more, Florida news, this Friday, Florida will start offering driver's license exams only in English, which means no translations or interpreters will be allowed.
Not even allowed. It's a huge shift. Here in Hillsborough County, 37% of last year's driving tests were taken in languages other than English. So it's a lot of folks.
Yeah, and really advocates or like people against this are really raising red flags that essentially mean that this could lead to more unlicensed and uninsured drivers on the road, which is, you know, kind of dangerous to have.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually, do you know much about the logic behind it? Like, what's the case that was made?
I mean, I don't know how much.
It's just more of the same kind of thing. Yeah.
And also, like, I think it's important to remember that somebody that's immigrating to this country, even with all the intentions of learning the language, like, you don't necessarily. Like, if you think about this in terms of international driver's licenses, which is something that Americans have when they go abroad, for example, this doesn't make sense on that regard, right? Like, just because you don't speak a language doesn't mean you can't drive on a road there. So,
yeah, I might want to know how to read the signs or something like that, you know, like, stop.
Yeah.
Whatever it's like.
Well, that's why those things are universal, right?
Yeah.
And that's why something like the international driver's license exists, is so that you can, with an American license, go to Italy and drive a car, because they're saying, we still use the stop sign, so you know what that looks like. We still have traffic lights, you know what those looks like. And there's obviously nuance between rights on reds and,
side
you know,
of the road you drive on, or
yeah, but yeah, it's just not something that I think is tied to your language that you know, right? I know that sounds maybe counterproductive, but I've driven in places where English isn't on the roads, and I've been able to do that, and my license allows me to.
Yeah, just thinking about saying in Florida something's English only, that's wild. So here's another one to keep an eye on. Florida's Senate Bill 1628 would prevent local governments from setting their own fossil fuel reduction goals.
And so specifically, this made the news around Sarasota, who was already on track, or is already on track, to go fully renewable for city operations by 2030. And that's because Sarasota has invested a lot of resources in this. They saw backflooding in 2024 hurricanes, and they've been desperately working towards this goal in all aspects of their city because they see the writing on the wall for Florida communities. But if this bill passes, those efforts could be off the table. Yeah,
the sponsor says the cost is too high, but Commissioner Liz Alpert argues that climate disasters are already driving up the cost for residents, and ultimately this bill creates more concerns for future potential actions against renewable practices that are already in place.
Yeah, so essentially people are concerned, okay, if you're going to roll back this, then what's next? Are you going to sue a government for trying to take those actions anyways? Like, what does this bill actually mean? Because okay, fine, I can't set my own target, but now can I not work towards this goal is what more people are concerned with than so much having a target to aim towards, right? As essentially our targets help us drive action. And so that's what people are kind of saying might be a externality of, something like this passing. For events going on this weekend, we're finally, well, I shouldn't say finally, because we still have the Knights Parade coming up in February, but so Gasparilla is actually not over yet. I don't think it ever really ends in Tampa. But for this weekend and next, we have some different events you can go check out. Over in Pinellas, there's the Boyd Hills Nature Preserve event happening on Saturday, February 7th, which is totally free. And then the Fine Arts Festival taking place at South Straub Park, which is also totally free. And St. Pete definitely knows how to throw a festival, like a market. So go check those out. And then in Hillsborough County, the Florida State Fairgrounds will be kind of the focal of events happening, the focal point of events happening now through February 16th from 11 till 9. It's going to be $12 admissions, and then they will be charging for parking this year. Actually, we record these on Thursdays. This morning was the official launch. They do a little breakfast for like all the egg player. Remember, the State Fair is supposed to be like a cattle show more than it is a carnival. And so it's like officially live by the time you're hearing this. I love the fair. And we'll be out there on Saturday, February 7th with Homegrown Hillsborough doing our Homegrown Hillsborough Food System Passport. So you can catch us in the Keep Tampa Bay Beautiful Pavilion, which is there. It's behind the main stage, I guess, is a good way to point people towards it. You
guys are just there the one day?
We're just there the one day with Homegrown Hillsborough. That's it. That's all we're doing at the fair this year.
So Lindsay was talking to me the other day, and she's like, I think the parking's always really backed up out there. She's like, but I guess we'll see. But she's like, just anticipating like the charging, not just that it costs money, but that there's the whole interaction of having to do that, and then people like, oh, I didn't know or whatever, and just like
so it is cheaper online in advance. And if you've ever been to a concert, they usually charge for parking, so I have faith that they can like manage the flow, because those concerts fill up in hours, right? Whereas the fair itself goes on, like people are coming to go in all day. But I mean, expect delays on 301, like when a concert's there. And a big tip, I don't even know, maybe I should, we don't have that many files, I'll share it. Don't use the main entrance. So there's multiple entrances to the fairgrounds, and everybody comes in on that first entrance right off the I-4 and 301, and that's because anybody coming from not from Tampa is also coming off that I-4 exit. But if you're local, do not use that exit. There's an exit on MLK, or there's an entrance on MLK on 301 that never has a lineup. So a little tip to the wise.
Just giving it away.
Use the local roads, go out to the second entrance, and you'll avoid I've never lined up once to get into the fairgrounds, and I've been.
See if you just ruined that.
Yeah, I know, right? Like I said, how many listeners do we have? Or just all of us lined up right there?
We will be out like always at Harvest Hope Park this morning from 10:30 to 11:30. We'll be sharing groceries with the Kinship Mobile Free Market, and then we'll also have a crew at the Ybor Street Community Garden from 3 to 5 p.m. So if you guys want to get involved, come say hi, come see what we're doing. We'd love to see you.
Yeah, and don't forget to check out tampatalk.xyz and wordonthestreets.xyz, which where we share the physical newsletter that comes out with this. And please rate, comment, or share if you're enjoying the show.
Yep, and that's what we're talking about. Thank you guys for hanging with us.
We'll see you next time.
Y'all be good.